is a set of product. I mean, much more than just integration. But if you just talk of integration here, the whole IBM Mobile Foundation is a topic in its own. We could have a whole webinar on that as well. But you know, that is a range of things which let you develop mobile application, takes care of maintaining your code for different type of devices like Android versus iOS. You don't have to write again and again. So it's a different product. But what when we talk of integrating to mobile, what becomes important is you have some services which you want to expose on mobile. So for instance, you have a .NET service which you want to make available now on mobile. So again, Message Broker is the product we use there. What Message Broker can do, there are patterns again, as I told you, there are ready-made patterns. So there is a pattern which lets you mobile enable your .NET service. So all you have to do is select that pattern, fill in couple of things like which service you want to select, which is the method you want to select, and it gets available. When I say available, it generates the code which will do this for you, to do the transformation of JSON and JSON back to SOAP or whatever the service is used. So in as less as 2 clicks, you put mobile enable. If you don't want to give any configuration, just right-click the service and select mobile enable. It generates the whole code for you. And of course, it does it through IBM Mobile Foundation. When you eventually talk to the mobile, IBM Mobile Foundation helps you to do that conversation. After your mobile, of course, we saw cloud and mobile. So the third big wave is social. And I know I'm heading towards the top of the hour here, so I just try to do it quickly so that we have time for questions here. So when we say social, we are basically talking of APIs here. And I mean, for those of you, I'm sure all of you must be familiar with APIs. So Web API is a new space which is evolving now. There was a time when every company wanted to have a website. So if you do not have a website, back in 1990s, you were missing on business which was coming through the web channel. And today, that's kind of a given. If you don't have a website, you're definitely missing on a whole chunk of business which could come to you if you had a website. Similarly, Web API is another channel for an enterprise to interact with their end users or the end customers. So some examples which I have on this chart, if you can see it, chart number 29. eBay, if you see, eBay does almost 7 billion worth of business through APIs. So which is like a huge amount. Similarly, Twitter, if you see, it draws 10 times more traffic than its website through APIs. So Amazon is another example, and so the list is full of examples. So when we say Web APIs, if we oversimplify it, suppose there is a company and maybe an airline, okay? So to book tickets with an airline, one way is you go to the website of the airline and book it. Another way is that the airline exposes Web APIs. What that means is, the moment you expose Web API, any developer can develop applications using those Web API. So those applications, I mean, the company doesn't own the application which is going to use its API. Anybody could use those APIs and create an application, like what you can do today with Twitter. Anyone can use Twitter APIs and create a new application today. So what that does is it opens up far more channels for people to reach you than you could have ever thought of. You could have your own mobile app, which is a different thing. API is a different domain here now. So if you want to go for Web API kind of development, the product that we have, I'm on chart 30 now, is Cast Iron Live, which is available as a hosted solution right now. So there is a URL which I have at the end of the chart. It's webapi.castiron.com. If you go there, you could download a 90-day free trial version from there. I mean, when I say trial version, you can sign in and take a login ID, which entitles you for a trial license. What this product lets you do is it lets you create the Web API without any coding. Again, this configuration. You can create an API. You can socialize that API with the developers, or you can popularize that API, and then finally you can see your dashboard in terms of, suppose you have exposed 10 APIs, which API is being used how much. That kind of a dashboard can be displayed. You could see the usage statistics. You could see the the uptime of your APIs and different things in the form of analytics. That is the social side of integration.